How are
Hi,
you?
good morning.
Hi, good morning,
How
and
are
welcome
you?
to Rolling Out Star Studio. And today we are joined by two of Hollywood's finest, Mark Wahlberg and Michelle Monaghan, who are back in action as the fearless, funny, and fiercely loyal Morgans and Apple TV's The Family Plan 2. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
look lovely, by the way.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you both built such an authentic family chemistry in the first film. What was it like stepping back into the Morgan's world, and how did you elevate that dynamic this time around? Mark, we'll start with you.
Well, we kind of picked up right where we left off. Michelle and I, this is our third movie together. We've got great chemistry. I really enjoy working with her. The kids have kind of grown into being like extended parts of both of our families. We're both very family oriented. And I think the way to kind of heighten the dynamics and also give people what they loved about the first one was to bring new family members into the fold. And, me always wanting to have a younger brother, it was a kick for me because I'm the youngest of nine, and so Kit Harrington coming in to play my younger brother was a joy. And now I also have what will soon be a son-in-law calling me daddy all the time. So
Daddy, Daddy, I love
people really getting a kick out of that.
it. And Michelle, what about you?
Yeah, I was so excited that we had the opportunity to kind of get back in the saddle, so to speak. And the fact that we were getting to go international for Family Plan 2 was so exciting. You know, getting to come to London and Paris and shoot at these iconic landmarks, have these action sequences, specifically during the holiday season, which is so beautiful, so special, and I really feel like this is a film that families are going to be able to enjoy as much as the first, if not more, this holiday.
I love that. Now, Michelle, for you, what was the most exhilarating stunt for you to film, and how did you prepare for it?
You know, it was my long jump for this particular film. You know, I loved the fact that they really leaned into Jessica Morgan as a decathlete and exploring all the different ways in which she, you know, just shot put, the long jump, the pole vault that we saw in the first one. But getting to get in a wire and do a long jump, I think it was like 18 feet, was really exhilarating for me. I love skydiving and bungee jumping and all
Yeah.
of those things. So I like those little butterflies in my tummy.
Yeah, it was impressive. I didn't know if you were going to make it or not. Mark, what about you? Most exhilarating stunt?
I'm probably running across the roofs in Paris, getting to
Yeah.
see a view of Paris that most don't get to.
Yeah.
And also, the fight on the bus was a lot of fun, but it was also pretty nerve-wracking just because there was so much movement from the bus, and those scenes were basically choreographed to be fought on flat ground. But
Yeah.
yeah, all of the action is top notch.
Love it. Now, really quickly, only got 1 minute. Rapid fire. Favorite Christmas movie? Go, both of you.
I've said Bad Santa a couple times. I love Wonderful Life, A Miracle on 34th Street, but Bad Santa, something about it. Just I saw it recently, so it's first thing to come to mind.
Christmas Vacation and Home Alone.
London or Paris? Both of you.
Oh,
Ooh, you can't. It's like a favorite kid situation. No, you got to. London's the most beautiful and
Paris is always
festive.
my favorite city in the world for a number of reasons, but I really fell in love with London this time around because normally I'm working in London, I'm shooting outside of the city. And this
Yeah.
time we were in central London the whole time around some of the most iconic, tourist spots. And so, it just got to see and know the city in a much more intimate way.
And it's just decorated to the nines for the holidays. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. We are actually headed there for Thanksgiving. Well,
Oh,
last question. What's one word that best describes the family plan too? Michelle, we'll start with you.
Oh my gosh. Just connection.
Yeah. Mark?
fulfilling.
Thank you both so much for stopping by Rolling Out Star Studio. We appreciate you. The film is fantastic. Everyone will enjoy it as much as I did, I'm sure. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good morning and welcome to Rolling Out Star Studio. I am your host, Portia Monique. And today we're catching up with the next generation of the Morgan family, Zoe Coletti, Van Crosby, and newcomer Retta Elazar. The Family 2 plan takes this wild adventure across Europe with family, first love, and plenty of laughs. First question. Growing up, Morgan, Zoe, and Van, your characters have matured since the first film. How did each of you approach showing that growth while keeping the original family vibe? We'll start with you, Zoe.
Yeah, I mean, and first of all, it's so much fun to get to revisit a character because it's not very often that you get the opportunity to do that. So that was really, really cool to begin with. I obviously had quite a lot of time between when we started filming the first movie to getting to actually film the second one. So, like in my own personal life, I obviously changed and grew as a person. So I was able to bring my own life experiences into the character.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was really excited to see where the writing of the script went. David is an amazing writer, and I think he did a great job kind of developing the characters. My character has a lot of changes from the first to second, and I think it was a lot of fun to play with. And Simon, our director, gives us a lot of freedom to really be creative and kind of discover who this person is. So it's really cool.
I love that. Van, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the opposite with Nina because like Nina has this such like huge dramatic shift in her personality. She's off to London, she has a new boyfriend, blah blah blah. She's speaking French. And Kyle is sort of like he's starting to come into his own a little bit, but like, he's not as far into his journey as Nina is. So he's
Yeah.
starting to butt heads with his dad, like Nina was in the first movie. And so um they've sort of swapped places a little bit. And so Kyle has had this sort of natural progression from playing video games to being working with computers and computer science and hacking and all that. So yeah, it's cool to
Love
revisit.
it. Now, Retta, the newcomer, you bring such a new dynamic as Omar, the boyfriend, and you're a parkour enthusiast. What drew you to this role, and how did you connect with Nina's world?
Oh, what drew me to the role? Well, this came to me like a bunch of other stuff, which is just through an audition. When I first read it, I hadn't seen the film, so I went to go straight watch the film, and then I read the script for the second film, and I was just taken aback with how much like stunt stuff I would have to do and how much parkour stuff, especially with Mark. And I grew up watching him in that genre, so it was amazing. And with Zoe, we got to do a chemistry read before I actually got the job, so we kind of knew each other by the time we got to the set.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. I mean, Omar and Nina have got such a lovely relationship. It was nice to explore that as the film went on.
I love that. Now, Retta, parkour is no joke, and you deliver your scenes effortlessly. How did you train, and what was the wildest stunt on set for you?
Okay, so I trained with a stunt team for about 5 weeks.
Oh,
I had yeah two stunt professionals. I had two PTs, a nutritionist, and all of that kind of stuff just to kind of get me ready and physically fit to be able to do all the stunts. I
yeah.
didn't really do any of the really wild stuff that was taken care of by a stunt double, a Nabil, who kind of did all the dangerous stuff. But
Yeah.
we did do a lot of running on the edges of like a church, for example, on the top of Paris, and it was quite steep drops. Obviously, I trusted the stunt team, but couple of wrong moves can land you on the other side. So you had to be quite careful.
In a hospital for sure.
Mm.
So London and or Paris vibes for each of you. Which city was the most fun to shoot in, and which one tested your patience? We'll start with you, Zoe.
Oh my gosh. I definitely for different reasons. Traffic in London is absurd. The commute getting home from filming was so
Mhm.
long. There is so much traffic. That would be the only thing really that tested my
Yeah.
patience is just
Okay.
falling asleep on the way home from work because it's just a jam-packed city.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite cities, so it was super, super fun. And Paris is just so beautiful. I love it there as well.
Yeah.
And it's a place that, like, from talking to other people, that not a lot is able to really film there. So getting the chance to
Mhm.
film in like some really iconic places was really, really cool. It's the best way to be a tourist for sure.
Nice. Van, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I loved Paris. Paris is so beautiful, and like the thing, the thing that was testing my patience the most about London was the weather, because I'm from California, and
Yeah.
so the weather here is always gloomy and it's cold, and the sun goes down at like 3 o'clock, and so I
Mm.
was like, oh my God, what are we doing? We were in the winter time, so I was like in my
I have no
apartment. I
vitamins.
need vitamin D. But other than that, I really like London. And now being back here, it's amazing now that I can like actually experience it with hindsight and with I can look back on it. But yeah, Paris was also amazing, and it was about 10 degrees warmer than London was. So
I love it. Okay, welcome to Rolling Out the Director's Chair. And today we are joined by BAFTA winning filmmaker Simon Selin Jones, the creative force behind the Family 2 plan. The Family Plan 2. Welcome to the show. Now, the first film became one of Apple TV's most viewed features. What core storytelling principles did you want to preserve, and what did you deliberately reinvent?
Well, we wanted to have the same family in a completely different environment. We wanted to take them out of their comfort zone, put them right into the holiday season with all the fun and love and joy of that brings, but also all the family tensions and your children, you love them, you want to protect them, but they sometimes just drive you crazy.
Absolutely. Now, you brought the action, right? From that double-decker bus fight to all of the fighting scenes that were basically iconic. Walk us through how you staged and shot the double-decker bus scene, the bus fight scene.
Well, we did that for real. We had very little stunt work there. There was the two main actors driving through London. We had to close streets and bridges and big areas of London. And of course, we were fighting the weather because it's London, so it's cold, it's raining, and we have to make it look like it isn't. But that was one of the most fun scenes to stage.
Yeah, and you said you guys did that for real. That is impressive. Now, working with Mark Wahlberg and having collaborated on Arthur the King as well as Family Plan 2, what makes your partnership click both creatively and personally?
I love the guy. He's very fun to work with. He supports the people he's working with. He's super professional. And of course, he has that certain something we can't identify that makes him so fantastic on camera.
Je ne sais quoi, right? So I also want to know, you've worked across both film and TV, from Boardwalk Empire to this film right here. What's one piece of practical advice that you give emerging directors about balancing creative vision with production realities on a project of this scale?
Well, I think whatever the scale, it could be like a $5,000 short, or it could be a multi-million-dollar film. I think what you have to do is you have to put the money on the screen. So, whatever kind of project it is, you have to be super prepared. You have to think of all the tricks you can do to save the money and, look after your crew. But yeah, it's a way of getting the most drops of juice out of the orange.
Yeah. And your projects are also known for precision, from action choreography to location logistics. For emerging directors, how important is preparation, and how do you leave room for spontaneity once the cameras roll?
Well, that's a great point. Yeah, you have to have a really major plan. You have to walk into the beginning of the day knowing exactly what you want, and then you have to be ready for it to either to go wrong or maybe something better comes along. And so you should be ready to go, wait a minute, that's better than my idea. Let's go with that.
Oh, I love that. Now, as a storyteller, how do you keep your creative fire alive between projects and ensure that each film still feels fresh, personal, and connected to your audience?
Well, you have to, I think it's really important in this world to have a life outside your job. So, I have a family. I try and keep myself busy outside of work, because if you just live for your work only, you can get a little stale.
Yeah. What are some of those hobbies that you have outside of work?
Well, I don't know. Managing children, dogs, and cats takes up most of my time.
Sounds pretty fun. Now, last question. Amid the explosions and the stunts, this film still feels like a Christmas movie. How did you weave in that warmth into the pacing and the visual tone?
Well, a city like London looks fantastic at Christmas. There's hundreds and hundreds of gorgeous lights. The streets are crowded. And of course, Christmas, or the holiday season, is always a beautiful time. It's when you get your family back together. And of course, it's a time when people's emotions get a little strong. So you have to remember not to sort of get too heightened and not to get into those huge family rows that sometimes happen.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you stopping by Rolling Out Star Studio and Director's Chair. Take care. And this is a fantastic film. Everyone is definitely going to want to see it this Christmas season. Take care.
Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you.